Welcome back to the NCAA Baseball Regionals presented by Capital One. Day 2 in the Eugene Regional. And another sellout tonight at PK Park. Oregon fans are fired up. We've got a rivalry semifinal. Two old Pac-12 foes. The Oregon Ducks, the number 11 national seed, and the Washington State Cougars. Winner is 2-0 going into Sunday. The loser will have to face Oregon State tomorrow in an elimination game. The Beavers sent the Ivy League champion Yale home earlier today. Hi again, everybody. Welcome back to the ballpark here in Eugene. Alongside David Aardsma, I'm Clay Matvick. Great to have you with us here tonight. So the last three teams standing here in the Eugene Regional, no strangers to each other. It's going to make for an exciting next couple of days.
Absolutely. The old Pac-12, the new Pac-12, all playing in this regional, playing great baseball. The one thing about it, with all of them being in this regional, it does limit some of the opportunities for the West Coast teams and the Pac-12 teams to get back to Omaha.
We'll see what happens here tonight. We know this. Oregon's offense has been good all year, and it certainly was yesterday. They scored 14 runs in beating Yale.
And they were attacking the pitchers early, looking for first pitches and dominating at-bats. They absolutely hit the ball everywhere. 459-foot home run by Junior Lewacki, and they saw every pitch, and they put them out in every way possible.
So here are the numbers from last night's onslaught. 8 runs batted in, 8 runs scored for the 1 through 4 hitters, and 9 different players had a knock last night. Cougars a little bit of an upset yesterday over the Beavers. First national tournament appearance in 16 years. And boy, did they get a great start from that crafty lefty Nick Lewis.
Absolutely, kind of a Cinderella team in this tournament. Nick Lewis looked amazing, throwing the whole kitchen sink at everybody at Oregon State. Pitched amazing, pitched fast, and got early outs, and they want to a lot more early outs today.
And Luke Myers will be the starter for the Cougars, the senior right-hander. Meanwhile, the Ducks ace, Will Sanford, will be on the mound against Washington State. The road to Omaha continues here in Eugene, coming up next. Everybody in the Ducks order was fantastic last night, but especially Laya and Smith in the 2 and 3 holes respectively. 8 hits, 3 runs batted in, 4 runs scored for those two. No shock that the lineup doesn't change for Mark Wasikowski here tonight. Going to be facing Luke Myers, senior from Denver, 4 wins on the year, making his 14th start for the Cougs.
14th start for the Cougs, 74 innings pitched, 58 strikeouts, 4.96 ERA. That only tells a little bit of the story, though. He is the captain of this team.
First pitch swinging, Ryan Cooney. High into the sky, Dustin Robinson shielding his eyes, a little trouble, but hangs on there to make the catch. Boy, that was hit as high as it was far. As you look at Luke Myers, there is diagnostics. Coming off a 7-inning win against San Diego State in the Mountain West tournament. This guy lately has been going deep into ball games.
Going deep in the ball games, he can pitch. That's the thing. Don't look at those numbers again. This conference, sometimes those numbers are skewed a little bit. He can pitch. The big thing for him is he's going to want early contact, and Oregon is looking for early contact. So this is going to be a great battle.
He gets Ryan Cooney on 1 pitch. Now Angel Laya, 4 for 5, couple of runs batted in yesterday. Hitting .309, 14 homers on the year. Hits it deep to left again in front of the warning track. Robinson being tested here early. 2 fly ball outs for Myers.
Getting tested, the sun in his eyes. You saw it in the first play, trying to shield the sun. That one even probably harder because it was a line drive, fading away from him. When a lefty hits a fly ball to left field, that ball's going to fade away from him, go down the line, and that is a tough play for left fielders.
Temperatures in the mid-60s as we get started here for game 2 of the day. There is a breeze blowing out to center. We'll see if that comes into play, but a lot of sunshine, which is what we lacked all day yesterday. This is Drew Smith now. Senior third baseman, 4 hits yesterday, plus a run batted in. Ooh, that's fouled right in front of the Cougars dugout.
Watch yourself.
I know you like Drew Smith's game. Couple of bunt singles yesterday. Now has 60 runs batted in on the year.
This guy can hit, again, 4 for 5 yesterday, batting .332. I mean, he kind of does everything.
Chases that one upstairs. Good first inning for Luke Myers. Makes quick work of Cooney, Laya, and Smith. And now Washington State coming to the plate for the first time tonight.
Right here, you see a fastball up in the zone. Man, getting ahead of the hitters early is exactly what Washington State wants. A great start.
College World Series starts in less than 2 weeks, Friday, June 12th. ESPN so proud to be the home of the College World Series again here in 2026. After that 7-pitch inning for Luke Myers, his Cougars hitters will come up to the plate for the first time. Trevor Smith leading it off. You see Hartman in the 3-hole, Priest the cleanup hitter. They each pretty good at the plate yesterday, 4 hits. The rest of the team just 1. With that said, Enough offense to get the win over Oregon State yesterday.
That is all they needed. And again, this is a team mindset. You know, we talked to Nathan Cho. He talked about team mindset. They don't care if they win by 3-2, 1-0, 10-0. They will take that win.
Will Sanford, 8-2 on the year. 105 strikeouts in 74 innings. That's tied for third in the single season at Oregon. This guy is something.
The guy is the ace of this staff. Getting game 2 start, but he has some monster stuff. Mid-90s fastball, elite spin. He can pitch with anybody in the country.
Trevor Smith ready to go in the batter's box. 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts yesterday. And time is called. Communication issue here for Berkeley Mabius.
This is something baseball, college baseball, Major League Baseball, we never had back when I played. Never had a catcher stop the game because they couldn't get the signs.
Welcome to the new age. Trevor Smith did have those 2 strikeouts, but he had a walk. So his on-base streak now at 16 games. The pitch misses. Had his 13-game hitting streak snapped yesterday. The switch hitting freshman from San Diego's had a good year overall. 311, a couple of home runs, 30 runs batted in. That's upstairs as well. 2 balls and no strikes. That win yesterday for Washington State, their 11th come from behind win on the season. 3-2 over Oregon State. First strike for Will Sanford.
Now we know all about Oregon's offense. We know they can hit with anybody. They can hit in every single possible way. But don't sleep on this Washington State team. They are a good offensive as well. I know their numbers are maybe a little skewed in the conference that they are in, but they can swing the bat.
Champions from the Mountain West beat San Diego State 14-4 in the title game. Beat the Aztecs twice in that tournament with 14-run scores. 2-2 to the leadoff man, Smith. Called strike 3 on the inside corner. Home plate umpire Randy Rosenberg punches him out. Route number 1.
Will Sanford not happy with that pitch, kind of even shaking his head, was trying to go away, brought the ball back inside, but I will say this, he might not be happy with the pitch, but he will take it.
Will Sanford now facing Gavin Roy, senior second baseman for the Cougars. 0 for 3 in yesterday's ball game against the Beavers, but he led off the 6th inning with a walk against Ethan Kleinschmidt. Next 2 hitters got hits. Roy scored to tie the game, ending Kleinschmidt's day. So that was an important point, a turning point in that win over the Beavers yesterday. And he now has an on-base streak of 44 games. That's a program record for Gavin Roy. Takes up and out. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Pay attention today watching Will Sanford. You're going to see a lot of fastballs up in the zone. He has elite spin on his fastball, almost 2,500 RPMs, 23 inches of vertical break, which means that ball will stay up in the zone.
Swung out and missed, got him. Gavin Roy, a strikeout victim. Back-to-back Ks for Will Sanford.
Right there, you see fastball. We're just talking about it up in the zone. That ball in the middle is going to look like it's down the middle more than what it is. Then it's going to stay up in the zone. Get the little tongue out at the hitter at his dugout. I like the energy.
Buries a strike to Max Hartman. Max Hartman 2 for 4, couple of runs scored yesterday, including the game-winning run in the 8th.
Max Hartman basically the offense for Washington State yesterday.
One of 3 Canadians in this starting lineup. 5 on the roster. And head coach Nathan Choate. Finished last in the Mountain West last year. Nathan Choate brought back 22 players from that team, including Hartman. And now the Mountain West Tournament champs. They're swing and a miss. It's 2-2. It was interesting. Choate said this week, you know, we didn't quit on the team. They didn't quit on us. Stayed with a lot of the core guys from last year's last place team, and now they're in the national tournament and 1-0 facing the Ducks here in Eugene. 2-2 pitch. Just off the plate. Crowd wanted a strikeout. And it's going to be like this all day.
All day. Everybody wanted that strikeout except for Washington State. A little bit outside, but you see the catcher, the pitcher, the crowd, everybody wanted that pitch.
That was the right call. And this one is lofted and going to drift out of play. So the crowd last night, 4,278, tied for the 6th largest in PK Park history, and tonight they're thinking they're going to do a touch better than that.
Have to. Visually, it looks busier, but again, weather's a lot better. All those tickets could have been sold. They just maybe didn't come out yesterday because of the rain.
Again, the 3-2. Got him. Strikes out the side in the first. How about the ace? Will Sanford hopping back to the dugout. We have played one here in Eugene, and we're scoreless.
Yes, that's what you want from your ace. You get all 3 strikeouts here. Check him out. Looking, swinging, swinging. You see, bringing the energy. You see him going into the dugout, jumping up, pumping up his team.
Longtime members of the Pac-12 together, first ever meeting in the national tournament. This is the 13th trip to the NCAA tournament for Oregon, 17th for Washington State. Now, of course, when they played in the same league, they weren't going to meet in the NCAA tournament in the early rounds, but as it happens, they haven't met at all until now. Luke Myers had a tidy 7-pitch first inning. A couple of flyouts and a strikeout, and now dealing to Braden Jackson, the first baseman for the Ducks. It was 3 for 4 with a couple of RBI doubles yesterday. This is a good-looking 6'6" power hitter. 10 home runs on the freshman campaign.
Almost got that back to us.
You were going to get that.
I want one so bad. Brand new computer, though. I don't want to hit my computer. Please. Jackson, keep it down a little bit. How about that 6'6"? That's not even fair.
This coming from the guy who's almost 6'4". Back up the middle and caught. Gavin Roy. going up and making the play. First 4 retired by Luke Myers.
Beautiful little turnaround play. Soft liner over. He thought it was going to be further to his right. He's moving to his right hard, having to jump back to his left to make the adjustment. You love that as a pitcher. You're on the mound, you kind of jump up and down, catch the ball, catch the ball. And then when he does, you just give him a little love.
Berkeley Mabius, a catcher for the Ducks. Sophomore from Henderson, Nevada. 1 for 4 yesterday with a run batted in and a run scored. Also threw out a runner trying to steal. One of the best defensive catchers in the country. That's why he's a semifinalist for the Buster Posey Award. Pulled foul. And of course, to the nation's top catcher. He is a draft-eligible sophomore, product of that athletic powerhouse Bishop Gorman High School in Henderson, right outside of Vegas. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Wrapped to second from the outfield. Gavin Roy records a couple of outs here in the second inning. And Luke Myers is doing what they want Luke Myers to do, and that's get outs and get them quickly. You touched on this.
Yes. So he wants early outs. He wants early contact. That is how Luke Myers is going to win this baseball game. If Washington State's going to be in it late, it's going to be a lot of ground balls, a lot of fly balls like he is getting right now.
As Junior Lawaki comes up. Now Levo Lawaki, redshirt freshman from Springville, Utah. 331, 13 homers and 33 runs batted in. Just 1 hit yesterday, but it was memorable. Monster 3-run shot in that 8-run 8th, went halfway up the left center field light tower. This one's in on the hands, and guess who? Gavin Roy again. In time to get Milwaukee. Back-to-back 1-2-3 innings for Luke Myers. Settle in, folks. This is going to be fun. Still no score. Washington State 31 wins after yesterday, won the Mountain West Conference tournament. This is their first national tournament since 2010. Also the last time the Cougars won 30 games. Nathan Choate in his 3rd year as head coach. He's done a great job. Just 47 years old. This is his first NCAA tournament as a head coach. Before coming to Pullman, he was at Loyola Marymount. And we got to talk about his bat boy. His bat boy is his son Chance. Chance is in the dugout, all fired up to be here with the Cougars in the NCAA tournament.
It's an important job. on a team, you love the bat boy. They're your king, especially the lineup. They are your savior. They're out there getting baseballs. They're out there picking up the bats. They bring energy. Good bat boy will bring in runs.
Matt Priest leading it off, fouled by Dustin Robinson and Ryan Schansby. 4, 5, and 6. Priest, the DH, 2 for 3 with a run batted in the tournament. Transfer from USC. Ducks away from that pitch from Will Sanford, who struck out the side in the first inning.
Man, he looked good. Energy, excitement, blowing the ball by these Washington State hitters.
They're now 2-2. He won his last 2 starts. Held Nebraska to no runs and just 2 hits over 6 innings at the Big Ten tournament last week. Before that, went 6 against USC back on May the 15th. And there is another strikeout. 4 in a row for Sanford.
I don't think he likes his fielders. I think he's trying to avoid them getting the ball or just strike everybody out. But again, he has absolutely elite stuff. Fastball, mid-90s, massive velocity with the spin rate behind it. The thing about it, though, he has a slider and a curveball with huge spin rates, too. So when you're scouting guys and you're sitting here watching these type of players, that's the metrics you're looking for is spin, velocity. You're looking for attitude, you're looking for pitchability, but you want to see that they have outliers with the spin rate and movement. And Will Sanford has all of that.
Dustin Robinson, the left fielder, 1 for 4. Game-winning RBI double in the 8th inning against the Beavers reliever Wyatt Queen yesterday. Big left-handed hitter, has 6 home runs on the year. And a piece of that one to stay alive. Well, Sanford's on quite a pace here, David. 27 strikeout game. We'll see if that can happen.
We can do it. We can do it. You just have to believe in yourself, Will. We believe in you.
Off-speed pitch. Got it. 5 in a row. The last 4 swinging.
I don't know if he's going to get 27, but I'll tell you what, he has the energy right now, the excitement to get every single one of them. If that doesn't stop, watch him when he gets the ball back. He's just snapping his glove. He's throwing his tongue out. That's somebody who believes in themselves right now.
Now Ryan Schansby goes up there thinking, all right, how can I break this rhythm? He was 0 for 3 yesterday. The senior first baseman from Long Beach. Cougars leader in home runs and runs batted in. Now just trying to get on base or put it in play for that matter. Popped up. In play, Drew Smith, the third baseman, called off. Maddox Maloney makes the catch. And the inning is over. So not a strikeout, but another 1-2-3 inning for Will Sanford. Off to the 3rd we go in Eugene. Well, the Oregon Ducks are hosting for the 5th time in the last 15 years. 2nd straight year, of course. Last year, bowed out, went 0-2. So the Ducks needed last night their 41st win as they blew out Yale. 103 homers, most in the Big Ten, top 20 in the country. But Luke Myers has been good here to start. He has set down the first 6 Ducks he has faced, as Maddox Maloney, Jax Jimenez, and Jack Brooks will come up here in the 3rd.
He's channeling his inner Nick Lewis.
That's a strike to Maloney. Yeah, Lewis's start yesterday really set the mood for the Cougars in this tournament. Complete game victory. And now Myers, perfect through 2 innings. See the numbers on Maloney. Mark Wasikowski in his 7th year as the head coach of the Ducks. He said he was really impressed that his guys last night got that early lead against Yale. Thought that was key, especially against the starting pitcher that they threw out. Oman was no slouch. And especially the way Yale ran its offense. Trying to get their first hit here. Deep 3rd, Obenauer showing off his arm. Ollie Obenauer hasn't been great at the plate, but that glove plays.
If this keeps going like this, he had 2 fly balls to the left fielder, 3 ground balls to the second baseman. Obenauer's about to get 3 ground balls right now.
So 1 out for Jax Jimenez. There's a strike. Myers had fallen behind the last 4 hitters, even though he was able to retire all 4. Gets ahead of Jimenez, the left fielder. Oh for 3 with a walk. Those were his first at bats in about a month yesterday. Sophomore hurt his hand against Penn State diving back into first base. Had him on the shelf for a while.
Myers might not have the electric stuff of Will Sanford, but he has some great off-speed pitches to go with his fastball. Good slider, curveball, changeup. He will throw it in any count to any hitter.
Just off the plate there, 3-1. The senior from Denver. He's gone at least 5 innings in his last 4 starts, at least 6 in 3 of his last 4. Fly ball, center field. Trevor Smith comes in a few steps and makes the catch. 8 up, 8 down for Luke Myers, and that'll bring up Jack Brooks for the Ducks. Jack Brooks, the center fielder. Part-time player the last couple of years, has been roaming center field most games this season for the Ducks. Was 1 for 4 yesterday in the win over the Bulldogs. There's some pop at the bottom of this Ducks order. The other thing that you didn't see there, the stolen bases. 16 stolen bases on the year. When your 9-hole can do stuff like that, I mean, that really lengthens a lineup.
And still has 6 home runs.
Yep.
One thing coach said about him is pound for pound the strongest guy on this team, and this is a big boy team.
Sure is.
You can lengthen out that lineup, and it's incredible what they can do.
Ducks looking for their first base runner. McLeod showing it to home plate umpire Randy Rosenberg, and we may get a review.
Might get a review. Good breaking ball down below the zone. Obviously got the little tip. The catcher might have been pulling it off of the ground.
We'll see
it here. Oh, what a beautiful breaking ball. He can throw that pitch all day long.
Back here in Eugene, Washington State coming up to the plate. Let's go back to the last half inning and how it ended. Jack Brooks at the plate. It looked like this was trapped by the catcher Cam McLeod, and I'm sure some fans are wondering, well, why didn't this get reviewed? Because this shouldn't be a strikeout. It looked like it was trapped. Why not?
Since it was called a foul tip, those are non-reviewable plays. So the Oregon bench was looking for a review. There's nothing they can do about it.
So Ali Obenauer, Cam McLeod, Kyler Northrup here in the bottom of the third, 7, 8, and 9 for Washington State. That's another foul tip. It's a strike. Ball and a strike here to Obenauer as Will Sanford has looked good in the first 2 innings. 5 strikeouts in the 6 batters faced. Now facing the bottom third of this Cougars order. And Obenauer's had a tough time here in the tournament so far at the dish. 0 for 4, 4 strikeouts yesterday, all swinging. That stays away, 3-1. Obenauer missed 13 games early in the year with an injury. Finally got healthy around mid-March and has been their regular second baseman the balance of the year. Got a piece of it. Now it's 3-2. Both of these teams looking for a base runner here, trying to throw their starting pitcher off balance a little bit.
Trying to get somebody on base, trying to get something going, but they're both pitching wonderful with totally different styles too. Luke Myers, cool, calm, collected, just kind of throwing everything at the plate. And Will Sanford coming at you.
Well, there's a ball in play. That's 2 in a row against Sanford. But Cooney throws out Obenauer for the first out of the third. The NCAA Regionals for all 16 sites continuing tomorrow on ESPN Plus and the ESPN app. For more information, go to ncaa.com. David Aardsma won a national championship at Rice back in 2003. Great to have you along this weekend, David. I'm Clay Matvick, enjoying this one here on a nice Saturday night in Eugene. Weather's outstanding, and the pitching for both of these teams has been fantastic to start this 1-0 game. Winner on to the finals tomorrow. Pitch inside, and hit him. first base runner. It's Cam McLeod. Will Sanford sits the first 7 Cougars he faces in order. But then Cam McLeod gets hit by an inside pitch.
Not how Washington State had it written up to get their first batter on base, but they will take it. Fastball inside, just got the hand up barely. But they have runner on base, first one of the night.
So the 9-hole hitter Northrup comes up now. Kyler Northrup also 0 for 4 yesterday. The bottom 3 spots in the Washington State lineup yesterday, 0 for 12 with 8 strikeouts. But as it happens, they get the first base runner against Sanford here tonight.
It's always interesting to watch when you have a pitcher that has been dealing, is flowing through the lineup so easily the way Sanford has been doing it. When you get a runner on base, timing changes, your delivery changes, you go from the windup to a stretch. It's always fun to watch how pitchers adjust it.
Sanford struck out the first 5 tonight. 1 out here in the 3rd. McLeod at first. Wastes one away. It's 2-2. How about that win for UCLA earlier today?
Needed that.
Oh boy, the Bruins were so close to being knocked out of this national tournament. Win it in extra innings over Virginia Tech. Took some off. Out in front was Northrup. He goes down on strikes again. 2 away.
Took something off is exactly what it was. It almost looked out of his hand, like that ball wasn't going to get there the way Northrup was swinging. He swung with the ball halfway to the plate, and you watch Will Sanford shaking his head, loving it. This is what elite stuff does, elite spin. Looks like it's going to be a fastball up and then just breaks down to the plate. That's what makes them so hard to hit against.
We'll see what adjustments the Cougars can make here against Will Sanford as they start their 2nd time through the order. Smith went down looking for the first out of the ball game. Back in the 1st. Switch hitting freshman. He's been their leadoff hitter all year, and he's been a tough out. Drove in 3 runs in the Mountain West title game, looking for his first hit of this national tournament.
Will Sanford's career high strikeouts is 12, and he's already halfway there.
And on the biggest stage. So if you're Washington State, what are you trying to do here against Sanford?
Right now, anything I can absolutely do. Get the ball in play, make the defense play, because Sanford has already showed you he's going to take the game over if you let him. So right now, you got to get the ball in play. Maybe cause some havoc, get the runner going, maybe try to check, swing something into play.
There it goes. Right on cue, and it goes into center field. Thinking about taking 3rd is McLeod, but he decides against it and holds there.
Little delay steal by McLeod caught everybody off guard, especially the catcher Mabius, who is so good behind the plate. One of the nation's best. You see the delay where they just get a couple steps, let the pitch happen. Everybody slows down, calms down, and then they take off. And then you get the throw into center field.
Maybe 21st stolen base against the Ducks this year. Mabius threw out a runner yesterday. And so now Washington State has a runner in scoring position for the first time. See if Trevor Smith can get him in. 30 runs batted in this year. That's away. But you were right on cue with that suggestion. Washington State just doing something on the base paths just to kind of throw Sanford off rhythm.
Absolutely. Now, as a pitcher, you have to look at the runner at second base, look behind you, then look at the hitter in front of you. It changes things.
Another foul ball. This is a good at-bat, too, for Trevor Smith. Working that pitch count a little bit.
One of the hardest things to do as a pitcher, and I know it's so normal, they make it look like it's normal, is to look to your full right, look at a runner, watching the shortstop, watching the second baseman, and then looking back to your left all the way to see the hitter.
Another one pulled foul by Trevor Smith. Washington State, even though they got the win over the Beavers. Boy, look at this effort. That ball down. Even though they got the win over the Beavers, they were 2 for 13 with runners in scoring position. Not a great night. See if they can deliver here in the third inning with 2 outs. Trevor Smith, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Holds up, and now a full count.
It might have been 2 for 13, but that 2 was all they needed.
That's right. Timely hitter. In the third. McLeod is stranded. Man, is he amped up. 3 in the book, still scoreless in Eugene. Will Sanford, the Oregon starter, 7 strikeouts through 3 innings. Luke Myers has looked good, too, for Washington State. Both of these pitchers locked in. Who do you think is maybe having the edge right now?
Will Sanford, without a doubt, bringing the energy, bringing the excitement, and his stuff is electric. Luke Myers pitching very well. I don't want to take anything away from him, but the Oregon Ducks are putting the ball in play. Eventually, those will get through. You're going to get guys on base, but the way Will Sanford is pitching, it is incredible.
To short. And Ryan Cooney is a quick out here in the 4th. Cooney is 0 for 2. As Myers is facing this Ducks lineup for the 2nd time now. Cooney, a fly out and a ground out. And here comes Angel Laya, who flew out to left his first time up.
Maybe it's just I don't like strikeouts more. That's my problem. That was my pitch. That was my career. I wanted strikeouts left and right. I'm always attracted to strikeouts.
Oregon State a 9-2 win over Yale. Career high for innings and strikeouts for Eric Segura earlier today. We've seen some good pitching here in Eugene today, and we're seeing pitchers locked in here tonight in this duel between Myers and Sanford. Big Ten all-freshman team, Angel Laya, they appeal, he did go. That's a strikeout. 3rd for Myers. 2 down here in the 4th.
See, now I'm starting to like Luke Myers more. He's giving me my strikeouts. He's feeding me. But again, he's throwing everything at these hitters. Great changeup away. Just getting Laya to get the bat out there a little bit too much on that check swing, and he went.
Check swing strikeout, and now Drew Smith. We saw Drew have 2 bunt singles yesterday. Now, there are 2 outs, but would he consider doing that here just to maybe get something started for the Ducks?
I wouldn't go against it, but at the same time, the Cougars know what's coming. The third baseman's playing in, their third baseman's reading it. He got away with it 2 times when a defense is playing back. Right now, if he's going to do it, it has to be the right side past the pitcher.
Trying to spray it to right field. It's not a play. Smith was a strikeout victim in the 1st. It's been a breakout power year for Drew Smith. 15 home runs. Had 12 homers in his first 3 seasons combined. Two outs. Myers 1-2 pitch. Wastes one away. 2-2.
Catcher set up in the other batter's box, almost looking for that ball, trying to get Drew Smith to go chase. Myers threw it right where the catcher was.
Breaking ball called strike 3, and Smith knew it.
Knew it immediately. There was nothing he could do. That ball looked like it's going to hit him, and he just sat there and froze for strike 3.
This game is an absolute treat to watch here in Eugene, day 2 of the regional. This is the winner's bracket game, Oregon and Washington State, scoreless, as we bring in Nathan Choate in his 3rd year as head coach of the Cougars. Nathan, both of these pitchers are locked in. Let's talk about your starter first, Luke Myers. He has been good all year. He's a veteran. He gets the start today. What did you ask from him tonight when you talked to him?
I just have mentality. You know, it's 2 completely different styles of pitching. Their guy and our guy, but Luke's just out there with mentality competing.
And he is competing with anybody. This is incredible. When you're seeing Will Sanford and his mentality, how do you break through?
Yeah, you know, we just got to keep going. I think we got no hit through 6 yesterday. So we're right where we want to be, right? This is only the 4th, so we just got to keep going.
All right, Coach. Appreciate your time.
Thanks, guys.
Nathan Choate. I appreciate the sense of humor.
Love it.
Yeah, hey, that's the blueprint. You know, we got no hit into the 6th yesterday, and we turned out okay. So let's try and do it again. Gavin Roy is at the plate. That's going to be a called strike. Mike Lusky, the first base umpire. They've appealed down there a few times already tonight. Gavin Roy, Max Hartman, Matt Priest, 2, 3, and 4 for the Cougars. Mountain West champions. That win for Nick Lewis, by the way, the starter for the Cougars yesterday, that was his 10th win of the season. Most at Washington State since Matt O'Brien in the year 2000. So you're talking a quarter of a century since somebody won that many games. Man, this is just amazing. Will Sanford, another strikeout, and 3 in a row going back to last inning. He has 8 tonight.
He, again, electric stuff going up in the zone. He is up in the zone this entire at-bat. He missed up there the pitch before it, didn't get the swing, and then Roy goes for it out of the zone. Wow, he is pitching with confidence.
I hope they have enough Ks tonight. Could run out.
They might. They
have to go to the store. Max Hartman struck out swinging to end the first. First team All-Mountain West. Had 3 hits, including a 3-run homer and 4 runs batted in the Mountain West title game against San Diego State. From Alberta, Canada. As you might expect, the recruiting footprint for Washington State includes Canada, Montana. Out of the Washington outstate. Nathan Choate has brought them together and got this team back in a national tournament for the first time in 16 years. And there's another one for Sanford. 9 tonight.
With a little turnaround, looking at center field, trying to make sure everybody gets involved with these strikeouts. 114 strikeouts, tied for second in program history. He is throwing the ball with some type of confidence right now, walking around the mound. Nathan Choate, smart job right here. I love this as a coach, trying to slow it down, take his hitter away, calling a timeout, bringing Priest over to have a conversation. There's no doubt that everybody on the field knows exactly what he is doing. That is trying to ice the kicker. That is calling the timeout before the kicker tries to go for a field goal. He's trying to slow it down. I don't know if it will matter. Will Sanford pitches with so much confidence. I don't know if there's a whole lot you can do.
Swings at the first pitch and fouls it off. So the record, in case you're wondering, for strikeouts in a single season for Oregon, David Peterson in 2017, 140. Now, Sanford has ways to go, but the next one will put him in second place all by himself. And he just keeps pounding the strike zone.
Jumping off the mound, he's trying to get back on that mound as fast as possible. He's pitching with his confidence, and as you see David Peterson right there, a little grit on his face.
First round pick of the Mets. Maybe has wanted that one. Tried to frame it.
Outside, tried to frame it, but it looks good. All these Oregon Duck fans want it. Will Sanford wants it.
1-2. Will it stay in play? Mabius has his mask off, finds the railing, and not enough room over the dugout.
Will Sanford's kind of okay with that being a foul ball. I think he wants the strikeout.
What was the most you can remember striking out in a game in your college or your pro career?
So my problem, I didn't have a whole ton of strikeouts as a starting pitcher. I had a lot of foul balls. I had great spin rate, great action on my pitch. But I do remember, I think, 6 strikeouts or 5 strikeouts in one game as a relief pitcher in 2 innings.
Strikes out the side in the 4th. Will Sanford, double-digit Ks through 4. Will Sanford, 10 strikeouts. His last 9 have all been swinging.
Will Sanford throwing everything up there. You see power fastball, power curveball, mixing in some changeups, and throwing a heck of a lot more attitude than anything else. Loving it, tongue out, jumping around the mound. It is impressive. He is bringing it every single pitch. Look at that energy.
Second most in program history now, behind David Peterson. Not to be outdone, Luke Myers. Doesn't have insane strikeout numbers. He has 4 tonight through 4. But he hasn't allowed a hit, hasn't allowed a base runner. As we go to the top of the 5th, Braden Jackson, Berkeley Mabius, Junior Lawaki. 4, 5, and 6 in the order for the Ducks.
Keeping these Duck hitters off balance. You see that swing out in front on an 80-mile-an-hour changeup. Switching up his pitches, switching up his locations. The thing what he's doing is just keeping the hitters off balance, not letting them get comfortable.
Braden Jackson, true freshman. One of the 3 Ducks rookies who made Big Ten All-Freshman team. Catcher coming out of high school. They've had him at first base because of Berkeley Mabius being their #1 catcher. You don't want to take him out from that role. So Jackson's been at first. Trying to get something going for this offense. The 2-2, that is off the plate.
Just off. Great job by McLeod on the frame, but I think it was a little bit outside. Bringing the fastball there, 2 fastballs in a row, and just barely.
Boy, I don't know.
Give me the ABS challenge.
Full count. Comes back and gets the strikeout anyway. 3 straight strikeouts in a row for Myers.
Great job of pitching, mixing up his changeup, a couple fastballs in a row. That fastball missed just off the corner. So what does he do? Brings his slider right behind it off the plate. That ball probably by the end of it looked like it was a foot outside.
So Jackson's retired, and now here's a line drive, base hit. First of the game for the Ducks. Berkeley Mabius rolls into second with a stand-up 1-out double. So there goes the perfect game. There goes the no-hitter. The Ducks have something going here against Myers in the 5th.
First hit of the game for either team. Again, coming off the strikeout. The one thing we talked about, this Oregon Duck team is going to be swinging early in the count, gets a fastball, and puts it out into right center field. A little misplay there by the center fielder, overrunning it. I don't know if he would have been held it to a single anyways.
And here comes Junior Lawaki. Who had a home run that went almost 460 feet yesterday up the light tower. His 13th home run of the year. He had a home run at Illinois that went almost 500 feet earlier this season. 0 for 1, grounded out his first time up.
His first swing of that at bat, if he would have gotten that, that might have been 500 feet.
He never gets cheated.
No. Why would you? You know, you can hit a ball like that. Why would you get cheated?
Outside, 2-1. Berkeley Mabius, such a leader. Even though he's a sophomore, he's draft eligible, been in the program a while. Has set the table here for Oregon. Finally got a hit against Myers. He's in scoring position with 1 out. Man, that pitch is devastating. 2-2.
I think Myers is choosing the right pitch each time and getting a huge swing and miss by Lawaki. He's gotten to swing on a couple of off-speed pitches. See if he mixes a fastball in or if he goes right back to those changeups.
2-2 to Lawaki. Got him, strike him. The crowd holds on. And there are 2 outs.
big breaking ball. That's the one elite pitch Myers really has, is incredible spin on his curveball. Almost 20 inches of breakdown, as you see every single one of them right there. Milwaukee with another big swing, but for a swing and miss.
So 2 outs, and here's Maddox Maloney, the shortstop, 0 for 1 with a ground out to third. Last night, the Ducks were 10 for 21 with runners in scoring position in the win over Yale. A lot of the damage done in that 8-run eighth. Trying not to waste the double by Mabius. There's Mark Wasikowski, last year's Big Ten Coach of the Year. Myers sets the 1-1. Downstairs. Maddox Maloney from nearby Springfield, Oregon. Not that far from here. Breaking ball. Almost hit him.
Almost got him, left it a little bit of arm side, and as you can see on the replay on the pitch, that when it breaks arm side, he tries to turn in, almost tries to let it hit him, but didn't.
3 balls and 1 strike. Nubbed up the line, it's going to roll foul. And so Maloney will come back. Maddox hit over 300 each of the last 2 seasons for the Ducks. Offense, at least from a batting average standpoint, hasn't been what it has been in the last couple of seasons, but he is 3rd on the Ducks' all-time home run list. Such a program guy, as he said, he grew up near here and he's always wanted to wear this uniform. Crowd getting behind him. Runner in scoring position, the 3-2, outside, walked him. Maloney coaxes a walk, so here are 2 base runners against Luke Myers, who was perfect through the first 4 innings.
And again, things change when you get a runner on second base, especially. You have to look all the way to the right, look all the way to the left, trying to manage the runner, trying to manage your shortstop covering him. Things change a little bit, and we're going to get a meeting here to talk about this situation from Nathan Cho.
Nathan Cho, head coach, handles the pitching himself, doesn't have a pitching coach per se. So what is the meeting about here? Obviously, he's been so good. You don't want to change anything. Technically, I wouldn't think. This is all above the shoulders type conversations, right?
Without a doubt. And you know, Myers is one of these pitchers. Luke Myers can calm down. He's a generally calm pitcher. So you're not worried too much, but you're letting him breathe. You might be talking to the infield a little bit about the situation. You never know what Oregon might do here. Jax Jimenez might lay something down. So you're going to talk a little bit about that. But really, it's about calming your pitching down. Remember that he's thrown so many strikes. He can get right back into that rhythm.
Mabius at second, Maloney at first. Jimenez swings at the first pitch, puts it into right field. Mabius being waved around. Here comes the throw, cut off. And the Ducks get a run across here in the 5th. Jumping Jax Jimenez. First hit of the tournament. Finally back to health after missing a month. Delivers a key hit here on this Saturday night.
The Cougars had the second baseman playing in the gap, expecting him to pull the ball. But Jax Jimenez doing a wonderful job jumping over first pitch. Again, a duck, swinging first pitch, and getting into right field for the RBI.
Big 2-out run batted in for Jimenez out of the 8-hole, and now Jack Brooks will come up. The Ducks saw 42 pitches only in the first 4 innings. They have seen 21 here this inning from Myers as they've worked that pitch count up, had him leaning a bit. Diving back is Jimenez. Now remember, Jimenez injured his hand. That's what put him on the disabled list there for a month. Diving back into first base against Penn State. Had him leaning there for just a moment. Throw over again.
Jimenez 8 stolen bases, 8 for 8. So he might not have the most speed on the team, most speed in the country, but you know what? He picks his spots perfectly.
Luke Myers. No hits, no base runners allowed in the first 4 innings. A double, a walk, and an RBI single here in the 5th. Trying to get the 3rd out and get the Cougars back to the dugout. Runners at the corners, the 1-1. 2-1.
Last 2 pitches, Jimenez stole from first base, and Luke Myers left a slider up in the zone, arm side. Might be throwing him off just a little bit.
Back to Myers, snares it, and the inning is over. But the Ducks knock Myers down a peg, get a run here in the 5th. We have played 4 1/2. 1-0 Oregon.
Yellow. Watch out for yellow.
1-0 Oregon as we go to the bottom of the 5th. Mark Wasikowski is enjoying the race out in the outfield there. Sorry to interrupt that for you, Coach, but I don't want to interrupt you too long here because we're enjoying watching your starting pitcher, Will Sanford. An amazing run of strikeouts here through the first 4 innings. What have you noticed from him tonight?
Dominating stuff, right? I mean, both sides are having a tough time. I think they're probably both pretty excited. Place is rocking, it's packed, right? And I mean, he's got electric stuff. He's throwing his stuff for strikes. You know, it doesn't matter which pitch that coach is calling. He's executing his pitches, and it's been really impressive so far, right?
You guys finally broke through against Luke Myers. How good does it feel in the dugout, and then how do you continue that momentum?
Well, it feels good to have a lead, right? I mean, you know, all you need is one more than the other guy at the end of the game and win the game. And so it feels good to be on top. But, I mean, a lot of game left. You know, it's good to get on top, though. And it's been a lot of fun watching Will so far. You know, he's been in control. So has their guy, though. You know, their guy's been low pitch count. He's doing a nice job. And so it's just we got to be tougher than these guys tonight.
Agreed. This has been a real treat to watch. We appreciate your time, Coach. Good luck.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for your coverage. Go Ducks.
Mark Wasikowski. 6th NCAA tournament in a row with the Ducks, and he also took Purdue to a regional back in 2018. Very successful coach. Of course, knows what it's like to win a national championship as a player, too. Did so at Pepperdine under Andy Lopez, one of his mentors.
The waves. There's something about it, knowing how to win a national championship, knowing what it takes to go through the gauntlet of a regional, super regional, going into Omaha. It is a different animal, different beast. Having the captain of your ship, knowing what that's like, means a lot.
1-2 to Robinson. He'll flare this out of play. Dustin Robinson had that game-winning RBI double last night against the Beavers. JUCO transfer from Cypress College. Went 7 for 18 with a homer in the Mountain West tournament. So he came in on a roll offensively, carried over last night. Takes that one high. And it's 2-2. Trying to set the table here against Will Sanford. Looking for their first hit against the right-hander. They broke up the perfect game with a hit by pitch in the third. Mercy. 5 strikeouts the last 2 innings. He starts the 5th with another one. He has 11 tonight.
There's no stopping it. The changeup on that pitch, that might be the first strikeout on a changeup that we've seen. But the first 5 batters of this entire lineup for Washington State have all struck out both times they've faced him.
Buries one to Ryan Schansby, who actually put one in play against Sanford. His only time up in the 2nd inning. Popped out to short. Will Sanford, 8 wins on the year, 10 in his career at Oregon. It was Toby Twist who got the win for the Ducks yesterday in relief. Cal Scolari. Sanford might not need any relief tonight. This one again tapped into play, charging Maloney. Plenty of time to get Schansby. But that is the first ball put in play since the hit by, Obenauer to the second baseman Cooney back in the 3rd inning. No one has put a ball in play since the first hitter of the 3rd until that one by Schansby.
There's a reason when we opened this game that we talked about Will Sanford being the ace, being the dude who pitches the biggest games. And he looks every little bit of it.
Swing and a miss from Obenauer.
He's shaking his head after that. I love it. He throws a slider down into the dirt and shaking his head as a hitter like you have no chance against me.
Check to swing again. He went again as they appeal.
I'll say this, as a pitcher, you're throwing two sliders, 2 curveballs in the dirt. You're getting the hitter to swing. Look for a fastball at the very top of the zone. I think if he throws a curveball in the dirt again, you're not going to get a swing. You're going to get a fastball at the top of the zone, just blow it by him. Oh, he tried. 95 on that fastball. He went for every little bit of it.
So the count is 1-2 to Ollie Obenauer. Now 2-2.
Really good movement on that pitch. Just pulled it a little bit to his glove side. If that ball is more middle, and that's bouncing on the plate, that is a swing and miss all day long. But when it comes out of the hand and it looks like it's away, that's when a hitter sees it and can take it.
Just off the plate, full count.
He got the ball call there because the catcher maybe was set up inside and then had to reach for it. So it looked like it was further away from the umpire than what it probably was.
Lockton, second base runner for the Cougars. And it's Ollie Obenauer with 2 outs here in the 5th.
0-2 to a 3-2 walk. Those are those little things that's how you get him out of the ballgame. The one thing about him striking out 11 guys, it's amazing, it's incredible, but it's a 1-0 ball game, and he has 79 pitches. Those start adding up. Strikeouts take a lot of pitches to get to.
Right.
And who cares what the score is as long as it's close and he's out of the ballgame.
So Ollie Obenauer works a walk here with 2 outs in the 5th inning. Cam McLeod at the plate. He reached on a hit by pitch. That one misses outside. You see the numbers for McLeod, that batting average. Not where he would like it to be, but his defense has been phenomenal this year.
There was a fastball that rode in on McLeod that hit him right in the bottom of the hand. But you see Will Sanford not afraid to go right back to that same pitch.
1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Obenauer at first. Sanford takes something off. Crowd getting antsy. They haven't seen a strikeout in a while. It's been all of 2 minutes.
A couple hitters in a row where he's gotten to 0-2 to Obenauer, 1-2 here to McLeod, where it looks like he's searching for the little bit too hard. That's the first signs that I've seen him of getting maybe a little bit tired, the ball getting away from him just a little bit.
Base hit into left field. First hit for the Cougars. Cam McLeod on base twice against Sanford. Washington State no hit into the 6th yesterday against Oregon State. No hit into the 5th tonight, but they have 2 on with 2 out here against Sanford.
Sanford going with a curveball right and left it a little bit over the plate, a little bit high. McLeod doing a wonderful job of staying there and just holding his hands back just enough to put it into left field. It doesn't have to be pretty, but he got on base.
11 strikeouts, but a free pass and a base hit here with 2 outs in the 5th inning. And now you get the sense that Sanford is saying, okay, let's just reset here, get the number 9 hitter in the order. We'll worry about the 6th inning later. Everything was smooth sailing there for so long, and now all of a sudden being tested here by the bottom of this Washington State order. And this is Kyler Northrup. Struck out his first time up. 0 for 5 in the tournament. Yesterday, the Ducks starter Cal Scolari had a shutout going for 4 1/3. Walks were his issue early on against Yale, but he worked around the trouble. Breaking ball is really working tonight. 0-2 to Northrup.
If you're Mabius, that's the type of meeting you want. You go out there, calm him down, but you also know you have to know what your pitcher wants. He wants the energy, and you brought that energy back, the confidence.
Stings away. 23 pitches this inning for Sanford, so that pitch count approaching 90.
Now we got some action down in the bullpen, some people moving around, some throwing happening.
2 on, 2 out, the 1-2. An even dozen. Sanford gets out of the 5th. Cougars strand 2. We head to the 6th. 1-0 Ducks.
Sanford raising his hands to the sky, searching for the strikeouts and a couple batters in a row, and relieved he finally got it against Northrup with a high heater.
All we could ask for in day 2 of the Eugene Regional, a great pitchers duel, both starters losing their no-hitters in the 5th inning. 12 strikeouts for Oregon starter Will Sanford. Luke Myers gave up a run in the 5th, back on the mound here in the 6th, but Sanford with a dozen strikeouts, stranded a couple of runners in the 5th inning. Breaking ball from Myers to the leadoff man Ryan Cooney. Misses, 2 balls and no strikes. Cooney is 0 for 2. He has put the ball in play against Myers. A fly out to left and a ground ball to short. It's been a pleasure to watch these guys work, and I know pitching is your art form. You know, a dozen years in the big leagues, a great college career, winning a national championship. But, you know, you can appreciate this as much as anybody.
Without a doubt, 18 strikeouts between these 2 starting pitchers so far. Great pitchers duel. You have to love this. And both are out there in different styles, in different ways of doing it. You know, in Luke Myers, that more calm, collective, just taking breaths. You see him slowing the game down. You see Will Sanford trying to bring the game up, bring the game to him. And so it's fun to watch those 2 different styles.
This is line down the left field line and foul. That's a pretty good swing, clubbed by Cooney.
81-mile-an-hour changeup, or slider that he left up over the plate a little bit. A lot of times as a pitcher, you look at that and say, so what? It's a foul ball. Yeah, you hit it hard, but if I slow the pitch down a little bit more, then it's a strikeout.
Myers gave up a couple of hits in the 5th. And another one here. Cooney puts it into left field. Leadoff man is on for the Ducks as they're looking for more here in the 6th inning.
That is the first pitch I did not agree with Luke Myers. When you throw an 81-mile-an-hour slider and he pulls it down the line, that 88-mile-an-hour fastball is going to find that bat perfectly, and it's going to barrel it up. The timing isn't right. You're actually now pitching into his swing. If he would have kept something slower, let him swing over it, he might have gotten another strikeout.
Instead, Cooney's at first base for Oregon. 13 stolen bags on the year. Angel Laya at the plate. Now, Angel Laya has been swinging a very hot bat. We saw him have 4 hits last night. 0 for 2 tonight, a fly out and a check swing strikeout. Do you let him swing away or do you move the runner up?
He is swinging. I'm surprised he didn't swing right there. That is Oregon's MO, is a swing at the first pitch. I thought they'd get aggressive, especially after getting their 3rd hit of the night. I thought he's going to be swinging out of his shoes.
Freshman record 14 homers this year. New marker for the Oregon Ducks program. Outside. I thought his 14 pitch at bat last night, David, that RBI base hit in the 5th inning against Yale, was a real difference maker. It made it 6-0 at the time. It knocked Yale starter Jack Oman out of the ballgame. Another throw over the first.
Without a doubt, a difference maker. Wonderful at bat. 14 pitches. Jack Oman was pitching through some trouble. Had given up some runs, 3 early, but that changed the game entirely for Oregon and gave them the confidence to move forward.
Yeah, ran that pitch count way up there. That was the last hit Oman faced. I may have got a piece of that one. It's 1-2 now to the big right fielder. There you see the Washington State bullpen is active. Luke Myers has been brilliant, but Scott Ringette starting to loosen up. Ringette is one of the guys that Choate brought in. We talked about him building around the nucleus of players that he had last year, but Nathan went out and got some key guys, and Ringette is one of them.
Ringette, if he comes in the game, would be the first bullpen arm we've seen from the Cougars.
Well, hit to center, but right at Trevor Smith. That's a pretty good swing from Angel Laya, but he's retired for the first out of the inning.
We have not seen anybody come out of the bullpen yet for Washington State in this entire regional.
Isn't that something?
It's beautiful. That is pitching.
Yeah. And don't think that Mark Wasikowski doesn't want to see that bullpen door fly open here real soon. They were able to scratch a run across in the 5th. Double by Mabius. RBI single by Jimenez. Now Drew Smith, who's 0 for 2. A couple of strikeouts. Last time he went down looking. Here comes a throw from McLeod. Cunha is back.
2-4, you couldn't play the Wolf ball.
Drew Smith with a couple strikeouts so far. Have not seen the ball from Luke Myers that well. This is the spot where I wouldn't be surprised if we saw something trying to happen.
And a bunt. Perfectly placed. Barehanded. Obenauer's throwing that in time. First and second, 1 out for Oregon. 2 hits in the inning for the Ducks.
That's how you lay down a bunt. Drew Smith, great job. His 3-hole hitter perfectly down the line. There's really nothing Obenauer could even do with that ball. Beautiful bare hand, but nothing you can do with it. Now Oregon is in a position to cause some damage. Nathan Choate, I guarantee you, is sitting here wondering what to do. His pitcher has been pitching incredible, 77 pitches. But where do you go from here? Do you leave him in? Do you make a move? Do you go to the bullpen? I think you leave Myers in the ballgame.
So an offensive strategy caucus here in front of the Oregon dugout. That is the 3rd bunt single for Drew Smith. He had 2 yesterday, 1 here tonight. And they have Luke Myers up against it here in the 6th inning with 2 on and 1 out.
Long offensive meeting, having to bring the umpire. You don't really get the umpire over for the offensive meeting too often to break it up. Yeah, Oregon is in a position, a unique position that they've been in. They have not been in really all day.
How about Drew Smith? Such a leader for this program. And now a slow walk out to the mound from Nathan Choate. Luke Myers was throwing a no-hitter into the 5th inning. He was, in fact, perfect through 4 1/3. Gave up the double to Mabius. It led to a run. He's given up a couple of hits here in the 6th inning.
There was a point in the game last night with Nick Lewis where Nathan Choate came out and talked to him in the 8th inning. And basically all he said was, what do you want to do? And he said, I want that ball, coach.
Well,
and that might have been the same type of conversation.
I think you're right. Myers talked himself into staying in this game. See the number of pitches. The 5th was a bit of an outlier here tonight. Still in decent shape. I mean, he gets a ground ball here, and this could still be a fairly innocent inning. Ground ball to 3rd. Second for 1. First double play. How about that visit from Nathan Choate? 1 pitch later, a twin killing, and Washington State is off the field, still down 1.
Incredible job. Great job by the coach coming out there. Ground ball to 3rd base. You talked about it. 1 pitch, and he might be getting out of here, turning the double play and saving his ball game. Beautiful.
Welcome back to Eugene and the NCAA Baseball Regionals presented by Capital One. Alongside David Ardsma, I'm Clay Matvick. The bracket looks this way. The winner of this one is in the regional final tomorrow night here in Eugene. Yale has gone home. Oregon State will play another elimination game tomorrow afternoon against the loser of this one. And the way it's going, it is going to be a tough luck loser. Excellent played ball game so far. Trying to bunt his way on against Will Sanford is Trevor Smith, the leadoff man, but no problems for Drew Smith. Third baseman for the Ducks. One up, one down here in the sixth.
That is the first batter of the top five that has not struck it out. Trying to lay down the bunt. But when that third baseman is just cheating in like that, you know, he knows it's coming. I think he wanted to pull down the line to first base line, but missed it.
One hit so far for Washington State. It came last inning by Cam McLeod. Sanford has 12 strikeouts.
If you're Will Sanford and you're Oregon, you have to love that first pitch bunt out. 90 pitches on the day, ton of strikeouts, but it is starting to add up a little bit. So if you're going to get that out, the free out, you're just saying, thank you, Washington State, I will take it.
Gavin Roy has struck out swinging twice against Sanford. This is inside. And now it's 3-0 to the two-hole hitter for Washington State. He had a base runner in the third with a hit by pitch, a couple of base runners in the fifth. Just haven't been able to plate anybody. 3-0. There's a strike. Sanford has struck out the side twice tonight, the first and the fourth inning. But a strikeout every inning. Fly ball to right. Angelaya has it for their second out. Well, this is a small victory here for Washington State, putting back-to-back balls in play against this guy.
Even if it's a bunt, whatever it is, you have to take it. I will be honest, I would almost rather take strikeouts than putting those balls in play the way they have, because the strikeouts are at least going to be 6 pitches, 7 pitches in those at-bats. I need that pitch count to get up.
Well, this will be pitch number 95 to Max Hartman. Sanford has tied his career high with a dozen strikeouts. He did it last month, April the 10th against Nebraska. Popped up. Mabius has his mask off, looking, and it's going to reach the suits. Oh, they are booing that guy with the red hat. That's an Oregon State fan too, so they're really enjoying that. He should have had it, didn't get it, and the Ducks fans are letting him know about it.
Banana ball would have been an out if you catch it, man. Come on.
1-1, 1-2. If this is getting to the end here of Sanford's night, he's looking for another strikeout. Here's another replay. Oh, it's right off the hands.
Oh, you know it. Almost went home with a souvenir.
Nope. The 1-2. Outside to Hartman. Max Hartman. Got hurt last year during the season. Otherwise, Nathan Choate thinks he would have been drafted. Senior from Alberta trying to get something going here with 2 outs. But he can't. 13 strikeouts. A baker's dozen for Will Sanford. A new career high. Off to the 7th we go. 1-0 Oregon.
real fun. Just getting started.
Run straight for the breakaway.
The celebration is on.
Less than 2 weeks from today, the College World Series gets started in Omaha. Oregon is trying to break through. Washington State, the same thing. This has been an amazing game, 1-0 Ducks. As we're in the 7th inning now, Berkeley Mabius leading it off against Luke Myers. Both starters had no hitters going until the 5th inning. 1 run on 4 hits for Oregon, no runs, 1 hit for Washington State. So Oregon finished second to UCLA in the Big Ten tournament, finished tied for 3rd in the regular season standings.
Let's freaking go, baby.
The big news yesterday was all the upsets. UCLA was upset by St. Mary's, almost knocked out of the tournament today by Virginia Tech, but the Bruins walked it off as they have wanted to do in recent games. I mean, they're walking off constantly here lately. Walked it off and kept their season alive. That would have been a huge story had the #1 national seed bowed out going 2-Q in LA.
Absolutely would have been the story of the entire playoffs, the story of college baseball over the last 10 years. Such a dominating team all year long. I think the last 4 games they've won have all been walk-offs. Yep. We found out the walk-off term was when it was coined, but yes, 4 straight walk-off wins. Auburn lost, Southern Miss out.
So is Tennessee. They weren't a 1 seed, but they're out of the tournament. Leadoff walk for Berkeley Mabius. He's the one who broke up the no-hitter for Myers. In fact, broke up the perfect game in the 5th inning with his double. He came around to score the only run of this game, and now he's aboard with a leadoff walk in the 7th. And how close is Myers getting to the end of his rope?
Yes, so Luke Myers pitched through some stress last inning, had a couple guys on base, obviously had the 5-4-3 double play to get out of it. But when all that's going on, that is hard to get through. It's a lot of stress. You rose to the moment. That's when, for me as a pitching coach, I take him out of the ball game. He did his job. He kept us in this 1-0 ball game. We're in a position to win. I would have gone to the bullpen, and he started the 7th off with a walk.
Milwaukee puts it in play. Maybe another double play. Roy to Northrup to Shonsby.
What do I know?
Killings, 2 innings in a row. Milwaukee wraps into the 4-6-3.
Grounding into the 4-6-3. 2 double plays in a row for Luke Myers. Beautifully well-turned and well-executed double play. Man, this guy can pitch. There's a reason why he's the captain on this team.
And now Maddox Maloney with 2 outs. He'll chop it to short. Northrup across. And Myers faces the minimum. The leadoff walk does not harm him. He gets through 7. Still a 1-run game. Oregon's Will Sanford, Washington State's Luke Myers. Beautiful starts. Myers gets through the 7th. He's at 87 pitches, David. Do you think he comes out for the 8th?
After that quick outing, 100%. After those quick little 3 outs, a double play, and the ground ball to short, you got to keep riding him. I don't know what I'm talking about, so I was totally wrong the last time, but you ride him out now.
Not the best color analyst in the business for nothing. That's pitch 100 for Sanford. As you'll see, Priest, Robinson, and Schansby here in the inning for the Cougars. Sanford, a 1-hit shutout through 6. And he has 13 strikeouts tonight. The most for any Oregon pitcher this season in a single game. And really doesn't show any signs of exhaustion.
That looks like the first pitch of the game. It doesn't look any different. 93 miles an hour, right by him. When you have stuff like he has, that's how you last through the game like this. That's how you still throw balls down the middle, right by hitters. He has been dominant.
Now, on a night like tonight, where it's in the low 60s, that has to be beneficial for starting pitchers, too. They're not having to combat the weather, the heat. The temperature's perfect.
They're not going out to the mound 2 times during the game and having to put Diamond Dry out there and fix the mound. You're able to just do your job.
1-2, got him to chase. 14 strikeouts for right-hander Will Sanford.
You know, when you have a fastball 93, 94 miles an hour still in the 7th inning, and you're riding it the way he is, you back it up with these curveballs. As a hitter, you're just guessing. You know, these guys are at the plate and they're guessing on what's coming. He's got 3 pitches that are just dominant right now.
That's the 3rd time that Priest has struck out. And now Dustin Robinson, who's gone down swinging twice, stands in. Got a piece of that one.
Change up. So we saw the last batter in Priest, fastballs and curveballs. That first pitch of Dustin Robinson, change up.
Last year, R.J. Reitz of Oregon had 14 strikeouts in the postseason. That's a record for Oregon in a playoff game. Sanford could break that here shortly.
I think he wants to. There's no doubt.
I'll bet he doesn't know about it.
I don't know, but after every strikeout, he looks at the sky with his hands outright. He's trying to get as many strikeouts as possible.
2-2 to Dustin Robinson. He was the hero last night in the win over Oregon State. That base hit in the 8th inning against Wyatt Queen, the reliever for the Beavers. RBI double. 3-2 victory. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And on the hands, fouled it off.
95. So the 2 strikes that he has thrown in this at bat before that were changeup and a changeup. And then he busts him out at 95. I would not be surprised if we didn't see a changeup or a back foot curveball. One of those 2 pitches, because fastball hasn't gotten by Robinson in this at bat. Tries to go back foot curveball and just missed over the plate. If he buries it, if he stays a little bit close and through it, then he finishes that pitch and he probably gets a strikeout.
So full count. Cougars haven't had a base runner since the base hit by McLeod in the 5th. Now they have one now. 1-out walk for Dustin Robinson.
Went back to the changeup and left it up. Got under the ball a little bit. That's what happens when you're on pitch 111, is you're not quite finishing it the way you want to.
And now time is called. Matt Floor Made a gesture to the bullpen. He's looking out there. This could be it.
Incredible.
What an effort for Will Sanford. 14 strikeouts, no runs, 1 hit allowed in 6 1/3. And that's going to do it for him tonight. What a beauty.
Incredible job by Will Sanford.
This ovation should be loud. Boy, you can't ask for more than this. Will Sanford, the sophomore, goes 6 1/3, 14 strikeouts, tying a program record in the postseason. 1 hit allowed, gave up a couple of walks, including the one to Robinson here to end his night. So he leaves a base runner for Tanner Bradley. The sophomore right-hander is on now out of the Ducks bullpen in a 1-run ball game. And his first pitch to Schansby lands in there for a strike.
We might see more strikeouts right here with Tanner Bradley, the 6'1" sophomore. 74 strikeouts in 48 innings pitched, 1.86 ERA. This dude has been unhittable all year.
He has allowed runs in just 7 of 28 appearances this year. First team All Big Ten. Now, we've talked a lot about Oregon State's pitching staff and the bullpen arms that they have. But Oregon is well stacked too. 1-1 pitch nubbed up the line. Jaxa has it. He'll tag the runner going by. Robinson advances to second on the play. So they get Schansby. And now Obenauer will come up, who's 0 for 1 with a walk.
One of the crazy things about Will Sanford is he ended up with 14 strikeouts, and I've got 17 at-bats that he could have had 3 more strikeouts and let those guys get away. Had an 0-2 count, had a 1-2 count, and I think he had another 0-2 count and let those guys get away. We could have had a 17 strikeout night.
So you're saying he wasn't perfect?
Wasn't perfect, man.
How
it's so
dare
disappointing.
Look at it. Obenauer turns his shoulder away from that inside pitch from Bradley. And in this national tournament, you can see he's tied for the most strikeouts. Dietz and Klecker for the Razorbacks and the Sun Devils. Also good efforts in this national tournament. Check swing, they appealed to first base. He did not go. 2 outs for Obenauer, who has been hitless so far in the NCAA tournament. 0 for 4 yesterday, 4 strikeouts, a ground out and a walk tonight. Tying run at second base, even though Washington State has just 1 hit and we're in the 7th inning. This game hangs in the balance. One swing could change everything.
Oh, yeah!
Check to swing again. That tiny went. 2-2.
Let's see this swing and see if he goes a little bit. When you're seeing it from a right-handed batter, this arm angle, it is hard to hold up on any ball away from you.
2-2 pitch. Fouled and Mabius.
Leaving a moment.
Yeah, he's going to need some time to walk this one off.
Walk it off, big fella. You're good. You're good.
Andy Rosenberg, the home plate umpires, asking him how he's doing. I don't understand why kids want to play this position, to be honest. Just don't understand it.
And you know what? You get 15 seconds, jump back in.
That's right.
Get back there. You're fine.
Again, the 2-2. Another check. That time, they say Obenauer did not offer.
Just off the plate enough from Bradley for Obenauer to hold up.
Dustin Robinson at second base. Walked this inning, advanced on the ground out. 2 outs. 1-0 Oregon. Swung on and missed. Bradley gets the strikeout. We head to the 8th. The Ducks hanging on to that 1-0 lead, and Sanford out of the dugout to tell Tanner Bradley, thank you very much. Can I have another? Back at PK Park in Eugene, you're watching the NCAA Baseball Regionals presented by Capital One. Clay Matvick, David Aardsma back here in Eugene. We move on to the 8th inning. Oregon leading 1-0. They are the visiting team on the scoreboard. Day 2 of the regional. Winner of this game will be in the regional final. And the loser will be facing elimination tomorrow against Oregon State in the afternoon. Maloney, Jimenez, and Brooks, 7, 8, and 9 here in the inning. Opposite field, base hit. Jimenez rounding first, and he's going to hold there. Leadoff single for the left fielder.
2 hits in a row for Jimenez. Only 5 total for Oregon, and he has got 2 of those. Really good job of hitting a little inside-out action, taking a breaking ball and not trying to do too much with it. So what you try to do with a breaking ball, just keep your hands in, wait for it, put the foot down, and drive the ball to left field.
Myers, who did not give up a hit until the 5th inning, has given up 5 now. This one is popped up behind home plate. Great effort by McLeod. Can't get there.
Love it. There's nothing you love more as a pitcher, seeing your catcher making that play, but it's a little bit too far out from him. Fastball up and out over the plate. So close for McLeod.
3rd straight inning that Oregon has had the leadoff man on. Trying to get Luke Myers out of this ballgame. Cougar starter still in there. Oregon starter Will Sanford is out of the game now after 14 strikeouts. So Myers sees Jack Brooks showing bunt there. And Brooks again in the posture.
So as a reliever coming into baseball games, you see bunts a lot, right? You get a guy on base, or you're coming in with a guy on base, next batter's going to bunt. One thing I was taught, fastballs up in the zone. Let that ball ride, get a pop-up, and you get out easy outs.
Well, that was up in the zone, and it's pushed foul down the first baseline.
A lot of guys trying to go to off-speed, go to changeup or a curveball, thinking that's going to make hitters miss, but it's a perfect little pitch to hit, to bounce right into the ground. Fastballs up are hard to get down.
Jack Brooks, center fielder. In the 9-hole, trying to advance the runner, Jimenez. Popped it up again. That's a strikeout. With 2 strikes, they leave the bunt on, and Brooks fails to advance the runner.
So there you go again, another fastball up, got the pop-up.
ESPN the home for the NCAA College Baseball Regionals. Scan the QR code below. ESPN Plus subscribers can access expanded coverage with squeeze play.
Nathan Choate going out there to talk to his pitcher, called for the bullpen.
What an outing.
What an outing.
Luke Myers, 7 1/3. Pitching change in Eugene. Oregon leading 1-0. Back-to-back beautiful starts for the Washington State Cougars. Yesterday was Nick Lewis. Tonight, Luke Myers had a perfect game into the 5th inning. Was broken up by a Berkeley Mabius double. He gave up a run that inning, but all in all, Luke Myers has put Washington State in a position to win this game here on Saturday night and get this team to the regional final.
Absolutely incredible job keeping Oregon off bounds all night. And this Washington State pitching staff, 18.1 innings pitched before they went to a reliever. Incredible. 16.1, sorry.
First reliever, Scott Ringett. Right-hander. Brought in this year, another Canadian as it happens, making his 20th appearance. And he comes in with the runner on and one out. And Ryan Cooney, the leadoff man at the plate.
29 innings pitched, 31 strikeouts. Has strikeout stuff. You're going to see 92 to 94 miles an hour fastball. And this is their first guy they wanted out of the pen. They told us going into this he was going to be their first arm, and now he is.
He went. Ryan Cooney had one of the 5 hits that Myers allowed back in the 6th inning. Lewis went CG yesterday, and it looked for a while that we might see the same thing from Luke Myers, but gets knocked out here in the 8th. And now the Ducks threatening.
Ringett uses his slider 34% of the time with 2 strikes. Look for it right here.
Runner goes, 1-2, swung on and popped into foul ground, and it's going to get out of play.
Of course, he goes right to a fastball, bucks the percentages, but those numbers don't lie. When you have a pitch that works against a certain type of hitter, works against a right-handed batter, you want to get to it. Know what you are, know what works for you, and use it.
Again, Oregon is the visiting team on the scoreboard. So Washington State has 2 more plate appearances in this ballgame. And just a 1-run difference. Oregon looking to add to the lead. That's up and away, 2-2.
Let the slider get a little bit off the plate. He wanted it. You see he went for the slider, 84-mile-an-hour slider on the outside corner. Just a little too outside. Good pitch, though.
Jimenez at first. And check on him. We have seen some great defense from Washington State tonight. Double plays in both the 6th and the 7th. Ringett trying to shoot a ground ball here. Runner goes, pitches out, and they've got him in a rundown. The pitch out works. McLeod throws it to the middle infielders, and now the rundown is on. They got him. Jimenez thrown out by McLeod. The pitch out called at exactly the right time, 2 away.
Perfect job by Nathan Cho calling the pitch out. Great throw, good call. He knew it halfway there when he saw the catcher jump out of the box. He stopped running. Good job staying in a pickle. Almost made contact, tried to make contact with one of the fielders there, but good job by the defense getting out of the way.
And a strikeout for Ringett to end the inning. So the Ducks send the minimum to the plate in the 8th, and it stays a 1-run ball game. Well, the story of this game has been the starting pitching. Will Sanford, 14 strikeouts and a shutout in 6 1/3. Luke Myers, 7 1/3 innings tonight. Gives up just 1 run before leaving. Oregon has the lead 1-0 as Washington State comes up here in the bottom of the 8th inning.
23 strikeouts combined by both teams. 23.
Tanner Bradley came on last inning, got the last 2 outs, gets the pinch hitter Mason Pirello to ground out on 1 pitch. So Pirello called on here in the 8th inning, and it's a 3-inning system. This is Kyler Northrup. Has struck out twice tonight, both when he was facing Will Sanford. Just 1 hit for the Cougars. They've had a couple of walks and a hit by pitch mixed in there as well, so they've had a few base runners. That's a swing.
I believe we call that in the pitching world a sword. Half swing, half just give up.
Outside, 2-1. Winner of this game will be in the final tomorrow, the regional final. Loser has to turn around quickly tomorrow afternoon and face Oregon State, who's had most of the day since their win earlier. Relax. Swung out and missed. Northrup goes down. So there are 2 away. So that's kind of a double whammy for whoever loses this game. It's a quick turnaround.
Quick turnaround, but the game has also gone so fast that it's a little less of a quick turnaround. So there's always
far it has.
So far. Now, you don't. That's always a hard part about losing this game, is having to get up tomorrow, play the AM, and then have to win and play another game.
Top of the order here, Trevor Smith. Trying to bunt his way on in the 6th inning. Rolled out to Drew Smith, his namesake, at third base. 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts, and shows bunt here. And it's a 1-1 count.
Bradley's faced 4 batters so far with a 3U and a strikeout, a 3U and a strikeout.
Half-hearted swing from Smith that time. He was fooled, 1-2. Tanner Bradley, the sophomore right-hander, has looked sharp. First man out of the pen for the Ducks tonight. Here comes the crowd again.
You understand why he's all Big Ten.
Got him. We go to the 9th.
Tanner Bradley getting it done all day long. This Oregon staff, strikeout, strikeout, strikeouts.
Great crowd on hand here tonight. Another sellout at PK Park. They had the 6th largest crowd in stadium history here last night. Another good one. And boy, have they been entertained. Starting pitching has been outstanding. Pitching overall has been good. Can Oregon add to its 1-0 lead here in the 9th? Scott Ringett out for his 2nd inning. Here for Washington State, came on last inning in relief of Luke Myers, who was superb. Was the 1 run allowed. Laya, Smith, and Jackson, 2, 3, and 4 due up for the Oregon Ducks. 1 run on 5 hits. No runs, 1 hit for Washington State. They're the home team, so Roy will lead it off. The number 2 hitter in the order in the bottom of the inning.
How about coming into a ball game, throwing a pitch out, getting the guy out, then immediately getting a strikeout on the next pitch? That is, you love that as a reliever. You love it as a staff. Starting pitcher coming out of the game, you have to look up immediately, quick 2 outs, saves your runner. It's perfect. Foul ball.
Oregon would desperately take another run here, as Nathan Choate's team will try to find some offense in the 9th. Otherwise, they're going to be facing Oregon State again tomorrow. That pitch is outside. Laya has put a ball in play twice tonight. Every time up, a check swing strikeout. That was in the 4th. Balls in play have been rare tonight for both teams. Down and in.
Almost hit him.
Yeah, it did. And now full count to Angel Laya, the true freshman from Venezuela, and we have San Diego. Back up the middle, base hit. Laya around first, and he'll stop there. Leadoff man is not in the 9th for the Ducks. Man, what a freshman season he has had.
Great hitter, you know, all-around hitter. I was talking to a scout, he called him the truth. That boy can hit. Wonderful job there. And now go watch the ball game.
Yeah, he'll come out. Elijah Cook on to pinch run at first base, as the Ducks want to try and get another run in, so they put some speed at first base in Elijah Cook. Drew Smith has been quite the weapon with the bat. 3 bunt singles here in the national tournament, trying to sacrifice Cook over.
Now, they did do this before where they were sacrificing. They showed it early. They had a funky kind of hand grip, and then immediately went down and slashed it.
Deadens it up the first baseline. He'll take it. Sacrifice Drew Smith. That is veteran leadership, and the senior will get a round of applause.
Wonderful job. Great bunt. He knows how to get a bunt down.
Boy, he sure does. So Cook goes to second. And watch how Drew Smith deadens this baseball.
Up and in, and he's still able to get that ball down to the right side, force the pitcher to go make a play, get the runner to second base easily.
Much harder than that looked. And now Jackson. Jackson wrapped into a 5-4-3 double play his last time up to end the 6th inning. Jackson 0 for 3. That's in the turf, blocked by McLeod. That's Thine. Pardon me. Thine has come on as the catcher for Washington State. Defensive replacement. Saw this yesterday. Thine with that block, and that was huge, keeping Cook at second base, and that time is called. Scott Ringett hearing it from this crowd as Ethan Choate comes out to the mound.
He's in an interesting situation, a 2-0 count. You don't want to give in to the hitter by any means, especially with some of the power Jaxa has, but you can't give him any pitches to hit. So you have a base open, as we've seen in this ball game multiple times. The Cougars can get a double play, get out of it. So right now you're telling Ringett, make 2-strike type pitches, swing and miss pitches. If he takes them and he walks, no big deal. Now you have the runners on first and second. We can get a double play, but do not by any means leave a pitch over the plate that he can hit and get in the outfield, maybe score a run.
Nobody warming up in the Wazoo bullpen. 2 balls and no strikes to Jaxa. Another one down and in. 3-0. And Berkeley Mabius on deck. This is where the home field advantage is so helpful. Outside, lost him. 2 on, 1 out, and Mabius will walk to the plate.
That was exactly the spot Fine wanted that pitch. You see him even after the ball forward, clapping, pointing at his pitcher, telling him, good job. Great pitch right there. There's nothing you can do with it. You can't get hurt. And now you have force outs.
Mabius 1 for 2. Swings at the first pitch, comebacker. They're going to go to second. They're going to get 1. That's all they're going to get. So Ringett spins, goes to second base to get the force of Jaxa. Mabius reaches first on the fielder's choice, but now another run 90 feet away for Oregon.
Good job by the pitcher, but that ball beat into the ground just enough to not allow him to get the double play. He picked it up, turned it to second base. A little too long to get it to first, but wonderful job there.
So here's Lewacki. Homered last night. Swings at the first pitch, clubs it to center. Wind blowing out. Goodbye, he's done it again. Three-run homer 2 nights in a row for Junior.
What a swing. He did not miss that. 2 nights in a row, coming up huge. Man, he has got some raw power.
First pitch, Lewacki, who hit one about 460 feet last night, hammers this one to right center. 10th straight game for the Ducks with a home run. They now have 104 on the year, and that's big. Some breathing room now going into the bottom of the 9th.
Without a doubt. Now it's 4 runs, completely different ball game for your bullpen.
Maloney to the right side. The inning is over, but not before Junior goes deep sauce again. Gavin Roy will lead it off for the Cougars in the bottom of the 9th. Last chance for Washington State. What a weapon, a 3-run homer in the 9th, opening up a 4-0 lead, and here comes Devin Bell. Now, it's not a save situation anymore, but Devin Bell is a closer that they have been able to count on.
Absolutely, and he was warmed up in the bullpen, and until 2 pitches ago, it was a 1-0 save situation. When you tell him he's got the ball, you give him the ball.
And if he makes quick work here of Washington State in the 9th, you'd think he'd be able to come back in short order tomorrow.
Without a doubt, he will be down there begging for the ball tomorrow, no matter how this outing goes.
Devin Bell has had an amazing year. Milwaukee has given Oregon the lead by 4 runs now in the 9th. Hit sharply to first. Jackson has it, and Gavin Roy is quickly retired, 1 away.
96-mile-an-hour fastball away. Roy just letting that ball do all the work, but he hit it straight to the first baseman Jackson.
So Cook stays in the game in left field. Jimenez goes from left to right. A couple of defensive changes here for the Ducks in the 9th. Now here's Max Hartman. 0 for 3 in the ballgame.
Easy 95 miles an hour.
Devin Bell, Division II All-American last year. He's been the closer for the Ducks. Trying to get a final 2 outs here and move this team on to the region finals here in front of what will be another rabid crowd tomorrow night, I'm sure. Going to get out of play. Hartman 3 strikeouts tonight, all swinging. Oregon pitching tonight has 17 strikeouts. All but 1 of them have been swinging. 1 and 2 to Hartman. That's outside.
Bell has been excellent against left-handed batters this entire season. 42% of his pitches, the left-handed batters where they swing at, get missed.
Put in play, and that's a base hit. 1 out, base knock for Max Hartman.
Hartman does not care about my stats.
No. I do, though.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
So the folks who've made the trip from the Palouse or from wherever they have come in from here to Eugene, hoping that Washington State has a 9th-inning rally in store. They have set the table with Hartman at first base. And this is Matt Priest, the freshman, 0 for 3. Will Sanford in 6 1/3 innings tonight. Struck out 14 Cougars before leaving. And now the bullpen trying to close it out. First Tanner Bradley and now Devin Bell. Just off the plate, 2-1.
Just away, 95 miles an hour. That ball is riding on that outside corner. Really good job by Navius in framing it, but not quite enough.
Yeah!
2-2. If Oregon can hang on and get a shutout here, be their 9th of the season, trailing only USC, who has 10 this year. Devin Bell trying to get 2 more outs. Man at first. That's going to skip to the wall. And now Hartman at second base. Wild pitch from Devin Bell. Last 3 outs, always the most challenging to get.
That's why it's the toughest job in all of baseball.
Now, you're a former closer. You're saying that just because
I'll give myself a little credit. I loved closing. I loved my back against the wall. I loved the crowd being loud.
3-2 pitch coming here to Priest. He hangs on. Mabius. And he's done a nice job behind the plate the last couple of nights. He deserves a lot of credit for the outing Sanford had, and now these Ducks fans will come to their feet looking for that last out. Robinson 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts. He has walked once. Strike one.
Looks like Bell's kind of calmed down, gotten back into the situation, controlling the strike zone after that strikeout.
Just think of how this inning would feel if Milwaukee hadn't hit that 3-run homer. You'd have the tying run at second base right now.
Everyone would be on nerves. 1-0. Yes, but that's the Milwaukee, Junior Milwaukee, just stepping up big time.
Cougars down to their last strike. Ball game. The Ducks are in the region finals. They will play either Washington State or Oregon State tomorrow night for a berth in the Super Regionals. Somebody's going to have to beat these guys twice, and we're going to see a rematch between the Beavers and the Cougars tomorrow afternoon. Capital One, rewarding performance. Who else? Will Sanford. 6 1/3 innings. Nearly perfect baseball. 1 hit allowed. Strikes out a career-high 14.
Absolutely incredible job by Will Sanford, controlling Washington State from the very first pitch he threw all the way to the last. Incredible.
Cougars struck out 19 times tonight. Here's our bracket. The Ducks sitting pretty. The number 11 national seed will take the field 9 o'clock Eastern time in the regional final against either Washington State or Oregon State. That game coming your way at 4 o'clock Eastern time tomorrow. What a beauty. Will Sanford, Tanner Bradley, Devin Bell on the mound for the Ducks. Junior Milwaukee giving the Ducks fans some comfort going into the bottom of the 9th with that 3-run homer. 4-0 the final. For David Aardsma and our entire crew, I'm Clay Matvick. We'll see you back here in Eugene tomorrow.
such a loyal fan base, and we can't